Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Berlin. And today we do have a little bit of beauty drama. Mmmitchell went off to London to shoot his campaign photos for his own makeup line. Now, of course, Mmmitchell has just released the main event palette with Morphe and Daisy Maskell. Now, that palette came out yesterday, I believe. Mitchell really got in trouble for using a look from a black artist called Painted by Esther. So now Mitchell has been accused of taking from a black woman. So Mitchell's been accused of taking this look from a black woman who has a smaller platform than him. And also because he was out at the Black Lives Matter protest, people are now accusing him of showing fake support for the black community. But the issue was that Mitchell didn't credit the artist that he took the look from. Painted by Esther had so many people on her IG stories that had contacted her saying it's not right how Mitchell's used this look. People were really kind of outraged. This was the look that caused the problem. Mitchell was showing a few behind the scenes photos from the photo shoot yesterday. This was one of the pictures that came up. As you can see, he's tagged the model, but he's not tagged the original creator of the look. Mitchell did go on his IG stories and apologise to the artist. Roll the clip.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to hop on and talk about a situation that happened yesterday. I wanted to explain myself, address the situation, but most of all I really want to apologise and hopefully make things right for anyone that is upset, especially Painted by Esther. So yesterday at my photo shoot I did a look inspired by Painted by Esther. The original look was purple. It was a purple smoky glittery liner and a pinky peachy lid. I just decided to switch it up and make it like a blue sparkly liner with a blue lid. It then came to my attention that the look that I ended up doing had already been created by Esther as well. So yeah, 100% I was inspired by Painted by Esther, and I don't really think it matters what look it was anymore. I think it's more so about the principle of me not tagging Esther and not giving credit, which in the moment I didn't really think about. It was a BTS post that I posted. I was posting several looks, and I know that's no excuse, but I just didn't think, and that is what I'm here to apologise for. I have messaged Esther here on Instagram. I have had no response, but that's okay. She probably doesn't want to speak to me right now. She probably doesn't want to hear it, and I completely get it. But just in case she hasn't seen it, I just want to say I'm so sorry, Esther. I truly... It didn't even cross my mind, and that is something that will never happen again. I'll make sure of it, and I'm so sorry that it was at your expense. You are truly an amazing makeup artist, and we was actually talking about it yesterday with models saying that how incredible you are. So I'm so sorry that you feel disrespected by me. I'm so sorry that I have disrespected you. It's not a feeling, it's a fact. I'm so sorry. And yeah. I just wanted to put it out there just in case you hadn't seen my message, but yeah, again, I'm so sorry, and I hope we can talk one day.
This is always the issue because smaller creators are always getting things taken from them without bigger creators giving them credit. It just feels really discouraging as a smaller creator to do something and then have like a bigger creator come along, do exactly the same thing but get no credit for it. As well as that, there was a little bit of tea with Alexis Stone. Alexis made a YouTube video called Addressing Rumours. Now this went up yesterday evening, I believe, and I watched it this morning and found some kind of tea in it about Alexis and an old friend.
Before I move on to, actually, that was it. I wanted to add, I said I was going to talk specifically about people, which is something I actually get very nervous about doing, especially when I love them, and I do love them. I'm one of those people that has been pushed into a corner and scared, and what I perceive to be bullied into this idea that associating themselves with me is going to cancel their career or be damaging to them, is someone I invited onto my YouTube channel. The video's still online.
I'm sure Alexis is referring to Juno Birch here because, as far as I know, Alexis was the first person to have Juno Birch on their channel. Now, I know Juno has since done transformations with people like Trixie Mattel, Manchester Queen Licorice Black as well.
I'm not going to mention them by names, but you can figure it out. When I discovered her, I was so mesmerised by her work that I asked her to come over to my house, into my home, and film a YouTube video. Now, this was prior to anyone having done this with her. And she transformed me into this incredible result. And I really wanted to build a great friendship. And the further along that friendship went, over the last 2 years, it became me inviting myself over, sort of forcing myself into a situation. Hey, I'd love to join, or I'd see them out. Oh, I'll come meet you out. Which is unfortunate, because it really had the opportunity to be a blossoming friendship over two creators in the same industry, supporting one another. But it wasn't that. It very much quickly became something a lot more 2D. Recently, I confronted them. I dropped them a message, and I just said that I was hurt. I was hurt for the reasons that they just weren't returning the friendship or involving me. And I think having moved here from down south with just Alexa, I really wanted to make good friends. And knowing with a hand over my heart that I did the best that I could, which was more than enough for anyone, and it still wasn't enough because they had been pushed into a corner, literally pushed into a corner one night apparently, because she pulled out my eyeshadow palette. And they said, how dare you, how can you support someone like that? The same small Manchester vicious bitchy gays. And it has worked. And she turned around to a friend of mine, a mutual friend, and she had said, I'm not going to do another video with Alexis because it's too controversial. Which really baffled me. Because when you think of the 900,000 people that support me versus the 3 people in Manchester that really dislike me, I think it speaks volumes on where you position yourself as a hater or a supporter. I confronted them and they gave me a wishy-washy bullshit excuse, saying that they were too busy, and a week later they filmed a video with someone else for their YouTube channel. So it sucks, and it's one of the negatives of being successful in your field, is that people can unfortunately target and manipulate people that they perceive to be weaker. And I wish this person would have had the bollocks to say, no, I'm gonna work with this person. He's been an incredibly supportive friend. He's given me so much over the years. He gave me a platform, he gave me makeup, he's been supportive. He's offered to buy artwork from me despite not needing it, but being nice. And it's still not being enough. So I do wish that person had a little bit more integrity, and I wish a conversation like this could have happened, but unfortunately, given the opportunity, I was lied to, because you were too busy, when all you had to say was, I'd rather not film with you because I can't deal with the 2 or 3 people sending me hate.
So again, it's another case of like a bigger creator and at the time smaller creator who Alexis is claiming she gave this person a platform and all of that stuff, really helped this person out. Well, I can see why Alexis would be mad at that, but also it is quite scary when people come to you and they're like, you know, pretty much attacking you because of you kind of associating with someone. So I can kind of see both sides of it. I think there's always going to be some drama like this with YouTube, with the beauty community, because where you've got bigger and smaller creators, like I said about the Cole Carrigan, you know, kind of, what is it, the Glam House the other day, Beverly Hills Glam House, like that could get messy, because if they put bigger and smaller creators together, I think it could, you know, make sparks fly a little bit. But I think it's one of those things that it's just always hard between bigger and smaller creators, because the smaller creators constantly feel like they get pooped on. Even if in this instance Alexis has been the one to try and help someone, that's just kind of an unfortunate situation. I think with things like this, a lot of it is a learning experience as well. You know, if you've got someone who's a smaller creator who's new to something, they don't necessarily know how to act, they don't necessarily know like unwritten rules, or the situation might be confusing for them. Like, you know, me as someone much smaller, I would find it confusing for sure, you know. if people were really coming at me and I felt kind of squashed or powerless, it's difficult, you know, it's hard. It's not, even as an adult, for me, I find that difficult when people are, you know, throwing stuff at me sometimes. I mean, when it comes to like a hate comment or something, like the other day I had a couple of little hate comments. Someone left a couple of hate comments on a video of mine. That doesn't bother me because I just delete them. So that I'm just like, oh, whatever, fuck off, bye. You know, that doesn't bother me. But when it's like constant, no, we don't want you here, constant type of hate, that grates on you, that wears on you, and that does kind of tear you down. But if you can learn to be stronger and rise above it, then maybe you can achieve things, you know, maybe you can do things on your own, and why shouldn't you? Get it, like if you're in Alexis' shoes and you feel like you've done a lot for someone because you wanted to really be there for them. And it's sad because I feel like Juno really wanted to be there for Alexis too, and hopefully they can, you know, come together and fix it, because it sounds like both of them really want to be there for each other, but maybe Juno just didn't know how to at the time, or Juno just got scared. You know, anyway, that said, I am going to leave this video here. So I will love you and leave you for now, and I will see you on the next one. Mwah. Take care.